Welcome to War Bios, the podcast where we delve into the lives and legacies of history's most fascinating figures. I'm your host, General Biography. Today, we're exploring the life of Francisco Franco, the Spanish general and dictator who played a pivotal role in shaping modern Spain. From his humble beginnings to his rise as one of Europe's most influential leaders, Franco's story is a complex and captivating tale of power, politics, and personality. Born on December 4, 1892, in Ferrol, Galicia, Spain, Francisco Franco was the second of 5 children to Nicolas Franco Salgado, Araujo, and Pilar Bahamonde y Pardo de Andrade. His father, a naval officer, was often away from home, leaving his mother to raise their children in a devoutly Catholic household. The family's modest means and strong religious convictions would have a lasting impact on Franco's worldview and values. As a child, Franco grew up surrounded by the rugged beauty of the Galician coast, where the sea meets the mountains. He spent countless hours exploring the coastline, developing a deep love for nature and the outdoors. This early connection to the land would later influence his military strategy and inform his decisions as a leader. The family's home, a modest house on the Calle Francisco Franco, was filled with the sounds of laughter, prayer, and lively discussions about politics and history. Franco's education began at home, where he was taught by private tutors who instilled in him a strong foundation in mathematics, geography, and languages. In 1907, at the age of 14, he enrolled in the Toledo Infantry Academy, one of Spain's most prestigious military institutions. The academy's rigorous curriculum, which included courses on tactics, artillery, and engineering, was designed to produce officers who could lead with intelligence, courage, and discipline. During his time at the academy, Franco was exposed to the works of prominent Spanish military thinkers, such as Marshal Miguel Primo de Rivera, who would later become a key figure in shaping Franco's own military philosophy. He also developed strong bonds with his fellow students, many of whom would go on to play important roles in his future campaigns. The friendships he formed during this period, including those with classmates like Juan Yagui and José Enrique Varela, were forged through shared experiences, mutual respect, and a deep commitment to their country. As we explore the early life of Francisco Franco, it becomes clear that his upbringing and education were instrumental in forging the man he would become. The values of discipline, loyalty, and duty, instilled in him by his family and military training, would serve as the bedrock for his future decisions as a commander. The rugged beauty of the Galician coast, the reverence for authority, and the emphasis on strategic thinking all contributed to a unique blend of martial and intellectual influences that would define Franco's approach to warfare. In 1910, at the age of 17, Franco graduated from the Toledo Infantry Academy and was commissioned as a second lieutenant in the Spanish Army. He was assigned to the Regimiento de Infantería Zamora No. 8, based in Ferrol, where he would begin his military career in earnest. The next few years would be marked by postings to various parts of Spain, including the Canary Islands and North Africa, where Franco would gain valuable experience as a young officer. The values, experiences, and relationships that shaped him during this period would have a lasting impact on the course of his life and the fate of Spain. In 1912, he was assigned to the Spanish colony of Morocco, where he would gain valuable experience fighting against the Rif tribes. This posting would prove to be a crucial turning point in his career, as he quickly distinguished himself as a brave and skilled officer. The rugged terrain and harsh conditions of North Africa would also have a lasting impact on Franco's military philosophy, instilling in him a deep respect for the importance of adaptability, cunning, and determination. During his time in Morocco, Franco was wounded twice, once in 1912 and again in 1916, earning him the respect and admiration of his comrades. His experiences in North Africa also brought him to the attention of his superiors, who recognized his potential as a leader. In 1917, he was promoted to the rank of captain, and by 1920, he had risen to the rank of major. The 1920s were a period of significant growth and development for Franco, both personally and professionally. In 1923, he married Carmen Polo y Martínez Valdez, a member of a wealthy and influential family in Oviedo. The marriage would bring Franco greater social standing and connections, which would prove invaluable in his future endeavors. Franco's military career continued to flourish during this period, with postings to various parts of Spain and North Africa. In 1926, he was promoted to the rank of lieutenant colonel, and by 1928, he had become the youngest general in Europe at the age of 35. His rapid rise through the ranks was a testament to his exceptional leadership abilities, his strategic thinking, and his unwavering commitment to duty. The 1930s would prove to be a pivotal decade for Franco as he became increasingly involved in Spanish politics. In 1931, the Spanish monarchy was overthrown and a republic was established. Franco, who had been a supporter of the monarchy, found himself at odds with the new government. He continued to serve in the military, but his loyalty was now divided between his duty as an officer and his growing sense of disillusionment with the Republican government. In 1934, Franco was appointed as the director of the General Military Academy in Zaragoza, a position that gave him significant influence over the next generation of Spanish officers. However, his time at the academy was cut short when he was appointed as the commander of the Spanish army in Morocco in 1935. The following year, in 1936, Franco would play a crucial role in the outbreak of the Spanish Civil War. As the leader of the Nationalist forces, he would face off against the Republican government and its supporters in a brutal and devastating conflict that would leave deep scars on the nation. The war would be a defining moment for Franco as he emerged victorious and established himself as the dictator of Spain, a position he would hold until his death in 1975. The values of discipline, loyalty, and duty instilled in him by his family and military training would serve as the bedrock for his future decisions as a commander. As we move into the later years of Franco's life, it's essential to examine his role as the dictator of Spain from 1939 until his death in 1975. Following the end of the Spanish Civil War, Franco established a regime that was characterized by authoritarianism, nationalism, and conservatism. He implemented a series of policies aimed at rebuilding and modernizing Spain, including significant investments in infrastructure, industry, and education. One of the most notable aspects of Franco's rule was his ability to maintain power for such an extended period. He achieved this through a combination of repression, propaganda, and strategic alliances with other nations. Franco's regime was marked by human rights abuses, including the suppression of opposition, censorship, and the use of forced labor. Despite these criticisms, Franco also oversaw significant economic growth and modernization in Spain, earning him support from certain segments of Spanish society. In the 1950s and 1960s, Franco's Spain began to open up to the rest of the world, with the country joining the United Nations in 1955 and establishing diplomatic relations with other nations. This period also saw a significant increase in tourism, which helped to boost Spain's economy and expose the country to external influences. Franco's later years were marked by declining health and a series of attempts to ensure a smooth transition of power after his death. In 1969, he appointed Prince Juan Carlos as his successor, with the intention that the prince would continue his authoritarian regime. However, following Franco's death in 1975, Prince Juan Carlos surprised many by initiating a transition to democracy, which ultimately led to Spain becoming the constitutional monarchy it is today. As we reflect on Franco's legacy, it's clear that his impact on Spanish history is complex and multifaceted. While his regime was marked by repression and human rights abuses, he also oversaw significant economic growth and modernization in Spain. The country's transition to democracy following his death is a testament to the resilience and determination of the Spanish people. In the words of Franco himself, La España que yo dejé es la mejor España de la historia, or the Spain I left behind is the best Spain in history. This statement encapsulates the controversy surrounding Franco's legacy, with some viewing him as a hero who restored order and stability to Spain, while others see him as a dictator responsible for immense human suffering. The country continues to grapple with the consequences of his regime, including ongoing debates about historical memory, reparations, and the role of the monarchy. Ultimately, Franco's story serves as a reminder of the complexities and challenges of Spanish history and the need for ongoing dialogue and reflection about the past. That's all for today's War Bios. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, I'm General Biography reminding you to keep marching toward victory.